Hello, hello. My name is Steve Jaguar, and welcome to a BeerNative beer review. I'm back once again. It's dry January, and I'm reviewing yet another, hopefully, really good alcohol-free beer. It's been a bit of a mix so far. Some surprises, mostly surprises actually so far. But in this one, I'm going to be reviewing one which is kind of a alcohol-free craft beer fan favorite from a brewery called Big Drop. And you can get it at the supermarket. You can order it directly from their website. Actually, let's bring it up. Let's hold on and shift gears to, there it is. Right. Big Drop Brewing. Award-winning. Everybody says they're award-winning. It's hard to take that seriously these days, isn't it? Alcohol-free craft beer. And the word craft beer is so overblown. You never know really, is it or is it not? And, oh, there we go. This is actually really good timing. There's what we're doing today. Big Drop Brewing, Pine Trail Pale Ale, alcohol-free, 42 IBU if you like stats. There we go, 62 calories per can. Pretty low. That's low just in terms of sugars, in terms of alcohol-free. That's like a third of a normal calorie count for a can. So if you drink so many beers a day, then not bad, right? If you can hack that. They've got a bunch. Uptown Craft, you can get that also at a supermarket. I think I got mine at Morrison's if you're curious about that. And it was pretty cheap. It's about, I think it was £1.25. Yes, you can get craft beer, normal craft beer for £1.25. So you're not saving a ton on it, but still cheaper than crazy craft beer for like £4 or £5 a can. I have never had this one. Big Drop Paradiso, and I have some Galactic Milk Stout just back here in the fridge. I had one last night because I had a bunch of them. I'm only going to, I think, review one from this brewery, and if the Galactic Milk Stout is anything to go from, pretty good. Like, it was a little on the dry and kind of super dark chocolate, but that was a legit stout. It could pass for any stout in a blind test. So, not too bad. And they got a bunch of really interesting seasonals, which, like the Fire Cider Pumpkin Spice, that's very North American, right? I couldn't find a single pumpkin-related beer in last October, so I'll have to keep my eye on that maybe for next October's Halloween special. But yeah, a lot of really good stuff. We can learn a little bit more about them at the About. We can see these two chappies right here. One was like a London lawyer or something. I wish I had a job that I made so much money I could just start up a brewery. I just got to be envious of that. It's amazing. So they've been going since 2016, so they've had a lot of time to really perfect their craft. And they only make alcohol-free. When I did the Lucky Saint, I said, I was trying to think, are there any alcohol-free dedicated breweries out there? Yes, of course I knew Big Drop. I didn't think of it at the time, but yeah, this is a great example. And we can buy online. They have a shop, so if you want to go get some online, maybe you don't have a Morrison's, or maybe your Morrison's doesn't stock it. You can do that. And you can get it in Canada as well. See that? That's really cool, right? So if you're in Canada, and I'm talking to you, Wally at Fermented Nerds, check that out. Maybe you can buy some Big Drop. That would be cool if you can get one, like pumpkin spice or whatever. We could do a dual review. So hit me up if you're watching this and you see that. That'd be really quite cool. So there you go. Oh, so Paradiso isn't even in yet. All right, that's why I've never heard of it. Groovy. Let's bring it back. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, follow me on the usual channels, Twitter and Instagram. I throw beers that I don't review on Instagram, so like a different facet to some of the beers I have. So worth following there as well. It doesn't cost anything. Why not, right? If you like beer, not a bad shout. All right, then I'm not going to do beer cam today because the beer cam is broken. Is it broken? I don't know that it is broken. Let's check and see if it's still broken. That's a very dark beer cam. If I can fix it in 2 seconds on the fly, I'll do that. And I can't, so too bad. Back to me. Let's get out of the fridge. I have a beer behind me. There it is. My can is all smashed to crap. It's got dings all over it. You can even tell in the thumbnail I used. I took the photo and went, wow, someone kicked this thing down the stairs. This has been through the cleaner. Same glass as I did yesterday live. And I'm going to crack this open. What's interesting, if we dive in, if you don't know, this has Magnum, Mosaic, and Amarillo hops. So we're in for a bit of orange from the Amarillo. We're going to get some pine from the Mosaic. Oh boy. Backed up by the Magnum, but it's called Pine Trail. So they've I think they're probably mostly with Mosaic. That's my guess. Let's get a little smell. Wow, very citrusy out of the can. Obviously you can't smell pine, but the hops are really obvious. I think that's one of the interesting bits of trickery. If you drank, let me just try this. Oh, I can already tell I'm going to like it. So the problem with drinking beers out of a can is that you lose the nose. But even without the nose out of the can, that wasn't too bad. All right, let's pour it in the glass. I've never seen this in a glass before, so I don't really know. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've not even had this because the lager was at Morrison's, as was the Galactic Stout, but this just showed up. And it won a load of awards. If we went back to the website and looked, the latest award winner was, in fact, Pine Trail. Really pale. Really got that refreshing kind of summery. You can see my face through it. It's a really light, yellowy lager. It looks like a lager. Sorry, it's not a lager. It's a pale ale. Super light. So we're not really doubling down on malts. We're relying on some kind of extra pale malt here. And we're not going too crazy with it. We're relying heavily on the hop chemistry. Let's lower that down. So let's have a little sip out of here. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, let's just let that sit for a bit. Wow, do you ever get like straight up orange? Like almost like a cracking into a Christmas mandarin or a clementine. I don't know, I'm getting Pine Trail. I thought I was going to get overwhelmed with like a long lasting bitter, but I am not getting overwhelmed with that. Yeah, okay. On the second, you want the usual second sip thing where the sort of overriding, the shocking flavors normalize a little bit and you get some extra subtlety. There is a nice gentle pine and kind of a long lasting bitter. Pretty nice mouthfeel too. Makes me wonder if there's like lactose in it or something. Sugar. Now I'm going to jump back over here and you can come with me. Let's check it out. So if I look at the core, which was that one, does it show me a little bit more what's in it? Lactose. Hey, there we go. What a guess. Yeah, it's smooth. It's got a really nice finish. It's not sharp like a cola or like a lager. It just silkily goes across and down your throat. Wow. There you go. Magnum Mosaic. Oh, good. Magnum Mosaic. I had heard that, but I didn't know it. And look at this. All the information they give you, totally in line with what good craft breweries do. They're not concealing their recipe. They're bragging about it, as they should, because it's really good. All right, let's go back. Nice to confirm that. And throw the ticker down there in case you've forgotten. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. One more sip, and then we'll rate. That's up there with one of the better craft beers I've ever had. That is. I am quite excited to try the other beers from Big Drop. Now I knew I liked the stout, but this is better than the stout. In terms of getting close to an IPA, and it's not even claiming to be an IPA, so that Citra one that's going to be coming soon, I'm going to grab that when I can. So let's check it out on the screen. So the Big Drop, it's probably easier to see it on the share rather than here. Like we just look at what it looks like. Kind of a combination of decent art, stylish branding, but they all do look the same. But you know they're establishing it now. I'm not super excited about it. It's nice though, and it wouldn't leap out on me on the shelf. So we haven't quite got to the point where really good craft beers that are alcohol free are playing on the art game yet. So I'll just give it a straight 3. It's not ugly, but it's not great. So we're gonna give it a 6 out of 10 on that. Packaging as well. Pretty plain. Oh, actually, Custom cans and dark tops. A little bit extra there. All right, I'm going to give him a 7. Accuracy. Yes, Pine Trail. Pale Ale. Absolutely brilliant. So do we give him a 4 or 5 on that? Did they grab it? Alcohol free? Uniqueness. Okay, it's not a unique beer. So we can give it a 4, maybe a 5 on accuracy. I think they absolutely nailed it. And then just a 3 on uniqueness. It's a bit unique, but not super unique. It's not a lager. So that gives them an 8. And now we're at 15. And do I like it? Yes, I do like it. In fact, I might even give it an 8. Like, it's a good beer. It doesn't have the, like, I would have thought that was a table beer, not an alcohol-free beer. Like, I thought it was a nice light, maybe 3%. So it's doing a great job. I'm going to give it an 8. That's going to give it a 23, which is a 3.75. I might bump it to a 4 because I think I really want to help out the reputation of Big Drop, because I was a fan off the stout. I'm a definite fan off the Pine Trail, and I'm super looking forward to that new Citra one. As soon as that comes in, I might have to order some. I assume it'll show up at the Morrisons with the rest of them, but yeah, very cool. So there we go. Let's bring it back up on the screen. Let's give you another look at the beer. Boom, these two. I'm getting a shadow. Oh, I just noticed that. Let's do it with this hand. Big Drop Brewing Company. Pine Trail Pale Ale, alcohol-free, or 0.5. I said I was going to get into what makes alcohol-free beer in the next show. Right now I've been going for 11 minutes, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes on that. If you stayed this long, great, you can ditch. You know what the score is on this. If you're curious about how alcohol-free beers are made, there's a few different methods. One where they just heat the beer up and essentially it's like a process of evaporating off all the alcohol. That's what makes beer taste like crap. That's what really ruins all this stuff. If you care, you pressurize it so you drop the boiling point. So you're not actually using heat to boil things off. So if you like chemistry, you know, if you pressurize something, or just leave the lid on a pot on the stove, right? You create pressure, it boils at a lower temperature. That same process. Super expensive to do, but if you can do that, then you can boil at a lower temperature and you don't totally screw up the flavor of the beer. You don't destroy the hops. You don't destroy the malts. That's like a normal method of doing it, right? So it's more about how much you care about the end result as to which method you take and how mass produced it is. So being this is a craft beer, it'd be really interesting if they would be up for it to get them on a show as an interview, talk a little bit more about how they managed to make the percentage low without losing really the subtlety on the hops. And that's kind of what normally kills it. So yeah, that'd be fascinating. So the idea though is typically you don't add a bunch of extra sugars. You just brew a normal beer and then you remove the alcohol after the fact. So generally out of the box, you just end up with a diet version of the beer. Anyway, so that was a quick one. Quick 2 minutes on, there is like one other method, but I don't know anybody who uses it. So I'm not going to go into that one yet. But those are kind of the basics. And just to let you know that it's not, alcohol-free beer doesn't suck. It's the method of making it alcohol-free that makes the beer suck. You can brew amazing beer and then wreck it. All right. That is all for today's. My name is Steve Giguere. This is a BeerNative beer review. If you like these things, once again, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Put it on a beer group on Facebook. Let people know that this is a great place to get information about beer, both alcohol and non-alcoholic. If you're having a dry January, good luck. I know it's hard. Join me on Hump Wednesdays when no one's looking, and maybe we can have a few sessions together. But otherwise, that's the end of this one. Steve out.